Some people seem to live in a constant state of harmony with life. Everything flows, everything fits, doors open as if the universe were conspiring with their every step. And deep down, you've probably asked yourself, why does everything work out for them and not for me? The answer isn't in luck, nor in visible privileges. The truth lies in something deeper. These people have discovered something that isn't taught in schools, nor spoken about in everyday conversations. Something that completely changes the way we relate to reality. In this video, we're going to reveal why some people seem to manifest their desires with ease, while others live in a constant state of blockage. If you feel this way or have the same question, you're in the right place. People who seem to be lucky all the time usually don't talk much about how things happen for them. Not because they're purposely hiding something, but because what works for them happens so naturally that it becomes invisible. But if we look closely, they all have something in common. A way of moving through the world that is aligned with invisible yet very real laws. They live with expanded awareness even if they don't call it that. They know or sense that their emotions are like antennas and their thoughts are vibrational commands. They don't live reacting to the world. They send out signals. And by doing that, they shape the reality around them. The secret, then, isn't in what they do, but in what they know internally and how that affects their vibration. It goes beyond words and strategies. It's an energy, presence. These people don't ask for permission to dream. They don't justify their desires. They simply know. And that knowing is magnetic. You can learn this too, not by imitation, but by connecting with what's already inside you. In a noisy world, where everyone is trying to prove something, say more, do more, the true power lies in those who have learned to be silent. But it's not just any silence. It's inner silence, that space where the mind stops reacting and starts listening. Listening to what? To one's own consciousness, to the universe, to the subtle energy that guides the steps of those who are connected to something greater. People who manifest easily have understood, even if only intuitively, that creation doesn't come from anxiety or rush. It comes from clarity, and clarity only comes in silence. It's in this space that consciousness aligns with the universal field of possibilities. It's where you stop repeating unconscious patterns and begin to access something new, fresh, creative. Silence is the womb of manifestation. There, with no noise, no resistance, the next step is born. And that's why, for these people, life seems to flow because they're not trying to push reality with the force of the ego. They're listening before they act. And when they act, everything fits. Because it didn't come from impulse, it came from alignment. Most people see manifestation as a request to the universe. Something like making a wish list and waiting for the sky to send answers. But true manifestation doesn't happen when you ask. It happens when you become compatible with what you desire. Imagine the universe as a radio station. Your desires are on a certain frequency, but if your energy, your thoughts, feelings, and actions is tuned to another station, it doesn't matter how much you ask. The answer won't come. Not because the universe is saying no, but because you're not on the same channel. People for whom everything works out don't keep asking all the time. They live in tune with what they want. They already act, feel, and think like someone who has what they desire, even before it shows up. And that's what attracts it. Manifestation isn't a mental process. It's energetic. It's when your vibration matches the result. It's when you act with confidence, without anxiety, because you know it's already done. Even if your physical eyes haven't seen it yet. That's the big mistake of those who can't manifest. They try to make up for a lack of internal alignment with external effort. People who manifest with ease have understood that asking is just the beginning. The real power is in holding the frequency, and that is a practice. is a daily choice, but over time it becomes natural. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and immediately change the atmosphere? It's not what they say, it's what they radiate. Everything in the universe is energy, and so are you. Every thought, emotion, and intention vibrates at a certain frequency, and that vibration is the signal you're sending out all the time, whether you realize it or not. And here's a truth that few people truly understand. Life responds to your vibration, not your words. That's why someone can repeat positive affirmations every day and still feel like nothing changes. Because deep down, they're vibrating fear, doubt, scarcity. And the universe, it doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you are. People for whom everything seems to work out have learned to care for their energy like someone tending to a sacred garden. They consciously choose what they consume, what they think, and who they connect with, because they know every small choice influences the frequency they're sending out. And when your frequency is high, based on trust, presence, gratitude, and love, reality responds with ease. What once seemed impossible simply shows up. What was stuck opens up. It's not magic. It's energetic coherence. If your conscious mind is the captain of the ship, your subconscious is the ocean that ship sails on. You may want to head north, visualize, make plans, repeat affirmations, but if the ocean is stirred up with beliefs of scarcity, fear, and unworthiness, the journey will be rough. That's why so many people get frustrated when trying to manifest. They have the right intention, but the wrong programming. The subconscious is the silent guardian of the experiences we've lived, the stories we've been told, and most of all, the conclusions we've drawn about ourselves and the world. And it operates without us noticing, controlling more than 90% of our thoughts, decisions, and reactions. These people have let go of limiting beliefs and planted new truths, ones that are more aligned with what they want to manifest. But this doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of awakening, of observation, of noticing the patterns that repeat and asking, what part of me is creating this? When you change the root, the fruit changes naturally. And by transforming the content of your subconscious, you no longer need to force the external. Reality adjusts because the creator behind it has been updated. Have you ever experienced a coincidence so perfect it felt like a movie scene? An unexpected encounter, an answer arriving at the exact moment you needed it, a repeating number, a dream that comes true the next day. These aren't accidents. They are synchronicities, small disguised miracles that show up when you're in tune with the intelligence of the universe. Carl Jung, the father of the concept of synchronicity, said that when the inner world and the outer world come into harmony, life responds with signs. But only those who are present can notice them. And even more, only those who are vibrating in alignment receive these signs often. People who live in a state of flow don't just receive synchronicities, they trust them. They know the universe communicates through paths that go beyond linear logic. They follow these clues with their hearts, even when their minds don't fully understand. And the more they follow, the more doors open. Not because they're forcing anything, but because they're flowing with the rhythm of existence. Noticing these signs is like dancing with the invisible. It's stepping out of survival mode and into the state of co-creation. There is a state in which the mind, body, and spirit enter total harmony with the present moment. Nothing is forced, and yet everything happens with precision. It's as if life is orchestrated in your favor. This state has a name: flow. In flow, you're not just living, you're being lived by something greater. Decisions come with clarity. Actions flow with ease. You lose track of time because you are fully immersed in the now. It's in this state that athletes surpass their own limits, artists create masterpieces, and everyday people manifest with ease. And do you know what all these experiences have in common? The absence of resistance. When you're in flow, There is no conflict between what you think, feel, and do. You're not doubting yourself. You're not trying to control what can't be controlled. You are present, whole, available. And that's why everything works out. People who live in sync with the universe access this state more often. Not because they're special, but because they've learned to trust. They've let go of the need to control everything and surrendered to the greater intelligence that moves all things. Flow isn't about doing more. It's about doing with awareness, with lightness, with love. It's being so connected to your purpose that every step feels inevitable, and at the same time magical. Deep down, you've always known. You've always felt there was something beyond effort, control, and the constant struggle to make things happen. A quiet voice, almost unnoticeable, whispered that life could be lighter, that the flow was real, that manifesting wasn't about deserving. It was about remembering who you are, the truth that no one clearly says, maybe because few truly understand, is that what makes everything work out for some people isn't luck. It's alignment. Alignment with your essence, with your true vibration, with the silence of your consciousness, where your creative power lives. These people aren't better. They just learned to stop resisting and started living from the inside out. You can too. This was never hidden outside of you. It's been there all along, waiting for you to quiet down and listen. If this video resonated with you, like it, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to the channel to keep walking this path of awareness. Write in the comments, I choose to vibrate in alignment with the universe. And remember, the more you connect with your essence, the more the world around you transforms. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video.